Monday on FX, 24 comes back tonight. We have 19 of NASCAR's best ready to do battle on a Saturday night under the lights at Daytona to kick off Speedweeks this year. The weather here tonight is perfect for racing condition for a race. We did have some weather earlier in the week, but it passed, and after the only practice session on Friday, it was perfect, and the draw happened last night as well. Let's take a look at your starting lineup. Starting tonight from row 1, we have the M&M's Caramel Toyota and the Lumnar Window Film Chevrolet. Starting from row 2, we have the Dow Chemical Chevrolet and the Liberty University Chevrolet. Beginning tonight from row 3, we have the Gear Wrench Chevrolet and the Duracell Ford. Menards Cup Series took the third Penske entry in this race and the late field expansion to 35. That was announced late last year. Beginning tonight from row 4, Caleb Hoffman, no stranger to success in this series. He will be driving the Aris Toyota from 7th tonight. He will be starting next to the Pennzoil Ford. Row 5, we have the Furniture Row Toyota and the Credit One Bank Chevrolet. Row 6, we have the Jimmy John's Chevrolet and the Smithfield Ford. Beginning tonight from row 7, we have the Mountain Dew Chevrolet, Jacob Tube driving a renumbered 9 car. He'll be lining up 13th. Row 8 finds the Mobil 1 Chevrolet and the FedEx Express Toyota. Row 9 finds the Hassa Nation Ford and the Blue Deuce Chevrolet and the Blue Deuce Ford. And beginning tonight from the rear of the field, we have the Lowe's Chevrolet. So, here are some stories we wanted to cover in the offseason. A lot of moving in terms of renumbers and, extra sponsors and paint schemes, etc. Especially in the Hendrick camp. The 9 car, which was formerly the number 24 team, we'll still have Jacob too, but he will be driving the 9 Chevrolet this year, which meant Hunter Miller moved over to the newly numbered 24. Liberty University Chevrolet tonight. The field will now expand to 35 for all races, or 35 cars for the foreseeable future. And Menards Cup Series joined Penske with a 3rd car this year. He'll be competing full-time. Obviously, when Richard Childers shut down the previous team, the 27 team at the end of Atlanta. So, other news in the NASCAR on Fox FX schedule this year. Pikes Peak International Raceway, which is hosting the last race of the NASCAR on Fox season for the next 5 years, is now a Roval layout. Drivers can start openly testing late March. A race that will happen in late June. The First Bright race, which previously has been either held on a Friday night or a Saturday night, will be a Sunday afternoon race. And Montreal is going to open up the playoffs next year, replacing New Hampshire. This year, replacing New Hampshire, marking the first time these Cup drivers will travel up north of the border. "19 of NASCAR's best come down to take the green flag tonight. You and I have waited all winter for this very moment." Pace car peels off. We kick off Hershey's Speedweeks at Daytona. One thing that still hasn't changed up front, you guessed it, the field already forms their group. Forms into their smaller groups. The 1 jumped right in front of the 12. Still side by side, and pretty much anybody's guess is who's going to lead lap 1. As Jonathan Morrison finds some room to get up in the line. In third, Josh Wallenbach will continue to drop back. By the way, this is the first segment will be 6 laps long. The second segment will be 9 laps. Tonight's race. They did change up the restrictor plate package in the offseason to really allow for the cars to really move around a lot freer in the corners, which really hasn't been a problem to begin with, especially with how aggressive, a lot more aggressive these drivers act, especially in traffic. But right now, I think there's that new motive, this new kind of a new thing, because earlier today in 500 practice for the ARCA race, there was an incident involving 3 of the Roush cars coming off 4 when one car just flat got loose and ended up slamming into the fence, marking the first torn-up cars of Speedweeks. We go on board the 9 Chevrolet of Jacob Tube, the Mountain Dew colors this season. Be one of the main sponsors for him, along with Sun Energy One and Napa. Right now, waiting out back, Nate Sherman has a pretty solid idea. I think he's honestly just dropping back, trying to see what this pack is going to do. Him and the 2 have really kind of set their own pace by really dropping out of the group in the back. Steve. Mike, I was talking to Chad Knaus earlier before tonight's race, and he asked him what his plan was for when they start getting dicey and really racing. And he said, stay out of the way and make sure we don't get caught in an accident. Sometimes that's really all you can hope for, is him and the 2 of Robert Smith, both of them talk to each other. This is for the race. They were going to drop back tonight and wait out any further incidents. Three laps complete here at Daytona tonight so far. It's pretty much nothing has changed as Caleb Hoffman continues to push the 19 or the 18 car, trying to make a little bit extra progress on the inside lane. And the way that Apollo Moon still continues to stay out front, using his teammate Hunter Miller in the 24. Right now, as he's basically playing second fiddle in terms of trying to stop the run here as he slides down. Almost got turned there. Luckily, he got back on. Apollo Moon well ahead of the field. And keep in mind, the only reason a lot of these guys really were, as we saw in the session yesterday and a little bit early this morning before that huge accident that ended the session, a lot of people were really trying to string as much manufacturer help together as they can. So like you see on the bottom lane, before when the 18 and 19 got together, they had the 78 behind him. So it's 3 Toyotas and basically extra horsepower to really move your car, move that line along. But we got 4 Chevys behind. So the way those 2 cars can work together is by advancing the inside lane. But if more people go to the top, that's going to be the major question. As we move on later in the night, is Hunter Miller has officially taken the lead in the 24. So far, everything's been a little dicey. Side-by-side action. Saw a little bit of 3 wide for a moment between the 43, 42, and the 9. Luckily, he thought better of it. As the 42 just pushed him high. Actually, no, it was more like right here, he just sucked the air off. And as the 43 drops back, we have reached the white flag here at the end of the first segment of tonight's shootout. As the field continues to drop back, let's go scan all and listen to the radio of the 4 of Dylan Murway. Watch the 9. All right, the 9's going to push. 9's going to push. 9's going to push. 9's going to push here. 9's giving you a big push. Try to look low if you can. Look low. So far, there's no room. No room inside. All right, bottom. All right, looks like we're going to probably finish behind here. We're going to probably finish towards the back unless there's any issues. Oh, we got a spin behind you. Still green. Oh. Crash behind in turns 3 and 4. Looks like the 43 got turned and it collected the 2 car. Both of them went into the wall. As they come back to the caution flag, Hunter Miller is going to win the first segment of the year here in the shootout. Big hit for the 2 car of Robert Smith. He's already got the window net down, which is nice. That was a big hit. Luckily, one is down. The other car that got involved in that incident was the 43 of Joseph Lombard. So he's making his way down pit road. They were 3 wide for a while, and also like the 48 was really dropping back, and they touched in just a really, really weird spot. Then you see the 48 drops back. Both those cars got wrapped up. In fact, this was actually how the ARCA race ended, was when the leaders crashed in turn 4. Then the 2 just slammed that wall. See that safer barrier give there? And then down the track he went. Here we go, and on board the 48. All right, in and out, dropping back. Try to get line behind the 43, line behind the... Oh, watch him wreck. Watch a wreck. There's a wreck in three. All right, come on down. All right. They're coming down. Stay up, stay on the track. Good job, bud. Good job. And again, this time from the 2. All right, bottom. 41's. You're coming to pick up the 41. You're coming to pick up the 40. Oof. You all right, bud? Actually, as we come down on the break of this little dust up, 3 cars, 1 car kick-started it. 2 cars took the brunt of the incident, and there's rumors that the 43 may continue. However, he was part of the crash, the practice crash early this morning in the 2-hour session, which kind of led to the session before the ARCA race, which was pole qualifying practice. He was part of that big wreck. So the 48 we know of, he will continue. He fixed the right front fender. That is Nate Sherman. He got the right front fender fixed. The 43, obviously, his night is pretty much over. And Robert Smith, obviously, after taking that hard shot to the wall, I mean, looking back at it, when you really think about it, he had the hit. It didn't look too bad at first when he came down. And Dick, you got a story on that? Thanks, Mike. Joseph Lombard got in the radio just a few months ago as he came down trying to discuss the crew, the damage, and what was wrong with the car. They saw it, and they just told him, pull it behind. We're done. And this is a completely different car compared to the one he wrecked in the 500 practice earlier this morning. So luckily, this is expendable. They will have an extra car here for Thursday. Is dual race, which you can see on FX. So there's the news there. An early crash here to end segment 1, the Budweiser Shootout here at Daytona, involving 2 players that look to be strong on Sunday. You're watching NASCAR on Fox.
Are you ready for the ultimate bronc Broncos experience, the 7th annual Fan Fair returns to Invesco Field on Saturday, June 6th with a new one-day format where all the Broncos players will be in attendance. Packed with fun for all ages, Broncos fans will have the chance to get autographs, take pictures with players, go on the field, and more. Single tickets are available, or bring a family of 5 for just $40. Tickets on sale now for Ticketmaster or the Invesco Field box office. Designed for those who bleed orange and blue, it's a one-day celebration of everything Broncos. For more details, please visit denverbroncos.com/fanfare today.
Meet Roy Williams, playmaker. He's got more speed than Daytona and harder hits than a demolition derby. Think you can anticipate devastating like Roy? Yeah, right. Real bad playmaker control in Madden NFL 2004. Rated for everyone. The official game of playmakers. EA Sports to the game.
I always thought this was, the one I'd been with for the rest of my life. But everything's going wrong. I keep thinking, we can fix this. We can fix this.
You can't go on like this.
I know.
Go see a technician at Ken's Automotive. They'll fix everything.
Find a repair shop on the NASCAR Performance Network. Go to NASCAR.com, click on Auto, and enter your zip code. And always be car care aware.
Tonight's cover to the Budweiser Shootout from Daytona is brought to you by the Denver Broncos Fan Fair. For fans that bleed orange and blue, come to Invesco Field June 6th. By Madden NFL 2004, meet Roy Williams, the official playmaker and the official game for playmakers, rated E for everyone. By NBA Live 2005, what will you do in the air? Out now. And by NASCAR Performance Auto Care Network. Put in your zip code and you can find dealerships near you. End of segment 1, 6 laps complete. Not a lot of lead action up front because it's mostly been a Hendrick-dominated show and a lot of single-file racing. But this second segment, with it being a lot longer than the first one, you're going to see a lot. I have a feeling you're going to be seeing a lot more in the terms of 3-wide racing and possibly increasing the likelihood for the big wreck. We mentioned this earlier in the ARCA broadcast. Dylan Murray was actually up in the booth with us. And yeah. Hopefully we can make it to the end without a big wreck. But knowing Daytona, we most likely won't. Pace cars back off. Everybody got tires after that bit of a break. And we're getting ready for more racing here at Daytona. Green flag back in the air. Hunter Miller with an amazing push. From the 18, he can't get out too far. Of course, the problem is going to be trying to get up behind that 88 car, up next to that 88 car. Which he gets up no problems and backs up quickly. As people continue to begin the push. Hunter Miller really learning how to work those lanes here. He's really getting a little choppy up front. Kind of got a little sketchy with 18 a couple times. Let's go on board with the 24. In and out, in and out. All right, watch that 8. Come up, come up, come on up, come on up, come on up. Come on up, come on. Back down, 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 down. Good job. Good job. Come on. Make sure. I know it's early in the final stage here. We got 8 laps. But drivers really have to pay attention to those lines and not be stupid and cause a big wreck. Like right here. There they go. This is the big one we were all talking about. Sure is. Hunter Miller came up, blocked his teammate. And now we got all sorts of cars piling in. The 9 is in it. The 88 got some damage of this accident. The 24 up against the wall. 78 making it spinning to the inside. The 12 gets by. The 3 is involved. And more wrecking at the back. The 42 is sideways. The 11 collects the 14 as well. WB Network, last year's Daytona 500 winner, will get his car 1 week from next Sunday. He's sitting against the wall. Jacob Tube in the 9 involved. I see only 6 cars that have come out onto the front stretch here that were not involved or had a major role in this accident, but a lot of people behind checked up and have a lot of damage. This is exactly the kind of moves I expected these drivers to make, especially with everybody getting a lot more aggressive, moving left and right and up and down. And then 24 came up, tried to block the 88, then it was on. One of Grace Nalcevido got some wicked air, and that's one of those spins when he came by. You see, he's driving back without a bumper. A lot of torn up race cars here. And we're only in day 1 of actual racing, and we have a bunch of wrecked race cars. WB Network is able to drive away. Apollo Moon is able to drive away. So of the 17 cars that are currently running right now as we speak, 10 of them, because there was a follow-up wreck that we were talking about. There always seems to be that follow-up accident that seems like literally nobody talks about. And we had the follow-up incident right there. The 9, he's sitting at the exit of, just made that turn into the garage. Actually, believe it or not, save for maybe a handful of people and a lot of damaged race cars, so now there's 3 cars that are out. 2 of them were obviously given because as soon as the 1 ran into the back of the 9, it seemed like all hell broke loose. A lot of taped up cars here are still running. I mean, unsurprisingly, especially with the way newer NASCAR has gone, these races are just getting a lot scarier, in terms of accidents and torn up race cars. Except there's a time and place to make crazy ballsy blocks, and there's a time and place to be a little bit more, I guess we can say, mature per se when you drive. We just got word that Jacob Tube is Hunter Miller is peeled off the track. So 4 laps to go when we take the green. I'd like to remind you that the schedule for tomorrow at 11 a.m. Eastern will be Pizza Hut pole qualifying from Daytona for the 500. So four to go here tonight at Daytona, and obviously the schedule Thursday at 1:30 p.m. at 1 p.m. Eastern on FX will be the Gatorade Twin 125s, 2 races, and then race 1 will begin at 1:30 p.m. Eastern, and race 2 will begin at 3:30 p.m. Eastern. And then the Great American Race Sunday coverage begins at 12:30 p.m. Eastern with the hour-and-a-half-long Pizza Hut race day. Ready? Green. Hopefully this start will be a lot more subdued, but it's kind of hard to tell when you literally have an entire group of banged up half the field and damaged cars. Whoa, Dylan all the way down low. Can he get back up in time? And the 12 peels out of line as well. A lot of people got caught off guard just now. The field continues to roll by here. The 22 tries to make it 3 wide. Right here. Oh boy, this could get big. Hang on. Wow, this is a little scary here for teammates. Oh, 22 making contact with the 18. 3 to go. 2 veterans going at it, and the rest of the field literally wanting to... They're going to crash again here. Calling it. There's going to be a wicked crash right here. Now this is the first time we've had any form of 3-wide racing with 3 to go here at Daytona. Watch up. All right, down. Hold your breath, because this is going to get big. Dylan tries to break the draft, slides in front of the 19. Take the lead. Oh boy, this is getting a little antsy here up front. 2 to go. I don't like this. I do not like this at all. Oh, the 12 making some room. Did he go below the line? Major contact here. Between these two cars, this could be big. And there's smoke coming off the 19. Just make it to the white. That smoke doesn't look to worsen up anytime soon. Menard's Cup Series up in this mix. Look at this. Side by side for the lead as we come through 3 and 4 and see the white, get close to seeing the white flag. 2 cars breaking away here and as a field of 11 rages on behind. White flag in the air at Daytona. Dylan Murway trying to find a way around that 12. He's got it. He may have one here. They continue to bottle up behind. As there's a bit of a cluster and a big one too. They are still 3 wide. Going down the back. The 12 doesn't need this. They're still side by side, bringing this pack even closer together. Whoa, 4 wide. 4 wide right now here at Daytona. Coming to 3, into 3. Oh, there they go. Around goes the 41, into the 19. Oh. And there's a crash in turn 3. This will be the race. And off they go, coming to the checkered flag. The field is frozen. Oh, we got a car upside down. Here. It is Zach Speed. Oh, man. I'd be a little worried about Zach Speed. He took a wicked flip. Major crash here on the last lap of the race. Look at all the... Caleb Hoffman trying to signal the metal crew to flip him over right here. A lot of damaged race cars at the end of this race. A lot of people actually reading the 4 as the Budweiser Shootout winner. Ahead of the 12 car as the yellow came out. But the 20, though, he had no room. He got wedged up in the air by the 14, Zach Speed, and then the wreck began to die out. A bunch of cars were clustered together. The 22 was under the 20, and that's what began to flip. Look at that. He gets flipped, turned on top of the 20. Zach Speed went on it down, which is good news, and he's climbing out after a violent tumble at the end of this race. Here's the results. A lot of torn up race cars in this one. Only 6 of them finished. And only 4 of them didn't even get any of the wrecks tonight. 4 cars made it across unscathed. Basically, from 5th on back, had some sort of contact. Here's your results. Fly by on the top of your screen. Just a reminder that Thursday, there will be a Thursday afternoon twin races, the Gatorade 125s from Daytona. Coverage begins at 1:30 p.m. Eastern on FX.